Hello, this is Matthew, and I welcome you to another episode of Unrewarded Intelligence, the channel that offers you free information about expensive matters. This week, we have Bitcoin to $44,673, $1 is 2,238 sats, and Ethereum at $3,109.52. This week, the desk saw heavier ETH and BTC selling early on. Flows balanced out with larger two-way BTC action as the week progressed. Sol, and Luna were also active in the latter half of the week. After 2 consecutive weeks of rising on-chain activity, new addresses, minus 0.01%, and daily active supply, minus 5.1%, took a hit. However, other activity-related metrics continued last week's trend. Specifically, active addresses, plus 1.5%, monthly active supply, plus 4.4%, and transaction count plus 0.6% rose week over week. Following BTC's plus 0.6% jump in market capitalization last week, it rose plus 6.8% this week, or an increase of $12 billion. Additionally, while average transaction fees, a measurement of network demand, fell significantly for 2 weeks in a row, it saw a notable plus 8.3% rise this week. While Bitcoin network security saw an uptick last week, some key on-chain metrics edged lower this week. Specifically, Bitcoin's hash rate dropped minus 1.2%, or 3 exahash, to 203 exahash, and difficulty adjusted minus 0.3% on March 17, 2022. Moreover, while the amount of BTC and miner wallets ticked up plus 6.4% to $184 billion. This reflects the rising BTC price rather than an accumulation from miners. As a share of the total market capitalization, the miner market capitalization fell nearly minus 1% week over week to 22%. Additionally, Bitcoin's miner outflow to revenue ratio spiked by a whopping plus 20.8%, further suggesting that miner optimism may be fading as they are offloading more coins than they are receiving. For the third consecutive week, consumer wallets with 1 Bitcoin or less have ticked up. Larger wallets with 10 Bitcoins or more also saw a rise, although the growth has decelerated in the last couple of weeks. Now let's start with news of the world. ExxonMobil, one of the world's largest publicly traded international oil and gas companies, ran a pilot program using stranded natural gas reserves to mine BTC in the US for more than a year and will now expand this project to other sites worldwide. The oil giant has an agreement with Crusoe Energy Systems Incorporated to take gas from an oil well pad in the Bakken Shale Basin to power mobile generators used to run Bitcoin mining servers on site. The pilot project, which launched in January 2021 and expanded in July, uses 18 m cubic feet of natural gas per month that would have otherwise been burned off from North Dakota oil wells, i.e., flared, because there aren't enough pipelines to handle the flow. Exxon is allegedly considering similar pilots in Alaska, the Cuayabo terminal in Nigeria, Argentina's Vaca Muerta shale field, Guyana, and Germany. Exxon spokeswoman Sarah Nardine said, "We continuously evaluate emerging technologies aimed at reducing flaring volumes across our operations, and the company expects to meet the World Bank's call to end routine flaring by 2030. Salvadoran Finance Minister, Alejandro Zelaya, announced that the country is postponing its $1 billion Bitcoin bond offering due to unfavorable market conditions. Citing the Russia-Ukraine war and the impact on crypto prices, Zelaya indicated the new window for the issuance would likely take place sometime between March and September. Zelaya also stated that he expects substantial oversubscription to the bond offering. While the bond is issued and offered by a state-owned thermal energy company, LaGeo, the country will provide a sovereign guarantee of payment. The Financial Times has reported that required legislation to launch the bond sale has yet to pass the Salvadoran parliament. The chair of Russia's Duma Committee on Energy said that Russia is flexible with payment options when it comes to friendly countries such as China or Turkey. Chair Pavel Zavalny noted that they are considering the national fiat currency of the buyer and BTC as alternative ways to pay for Russia's energy exports. Zavalny said, "We have been proposing to China for a long time to switch to settlements and national currencies for rubles and yuan. With Turkey will be lira and rubles. You can also trade bitcoins." Following up on prior reporting that Wyoming, Senator Cynthia Lummis, is seeking a co-sponsor for her draft of a crypto bill, Senator Lummis and New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand teased their collaboration at a political live event. The provisions of the bill are still in the works, though Senator Gillibrand noted that the bill will offer a broad-based regulatory framework for how this industry should potentially be regulated in the future. Both senators noted that the bill will not change the existing definitions of security, which the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, relies upon. In particular, they noted that their proposal will provide more resources to the CFTC to regulate the crypto market. The bill is slated for release in the next few weeks. The U.S. Senate will vote on a bill looking to mitigate risks to the U.S. financial system from El Salvador's adoption of BTC as legal tender after the bill passed out of committee on Wednesday, March 23. The Accountability for Cryptocurrency in El Salvador Act was introduced by Senators James Risch, Bob Menendez, and Bill Cassidy on February 16. Risch said, as El Salvador has adopted Bitcoin as legal tender, it's important we understand and mitigate potential risks to the U.S. financial system, adding that the legislation would require the state and Treasury departments, among other federal agencies, to mitigate risks such as potential empowerment of China and organized criminal organizations. The bill would also ask the U.S. to monitor remittances from El Salvador. While market participants speculate which Latin American country will be the next to make Bitcoin legal tender after El Salvador, unfortunately, the Central Bank of Honduras assured the market that they will not be next. While signing a financial literacy curriculum bill, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis commented, "We are working, and I've told state agencies, figure out ways where if a business wants to pay tax in cryptocurrency to Florida, we should be willing to accept that." DeSantis explicitly indicated that the state would accept Bitcoin at this time. In connection with his comments on crypto for tax payments, he highlighted his concerns for a federally controlled digital dollar, noting, "I worry about the amount of power that would give someone in a central authority to basically be able to shut off access to purchasing certain goods. We'd be in uncharted territory." The city of Austin in Texas is considering doing the same. Austin's powerful city manager will research the change's legality, its potential to benefit public services, its impact on the economy and the environment, and analysis of the financial stability and security of cryptocurrency, for a draft of Resolution 55. This fact-finding study is due on June 16. India's parliament passed a controversial tax proposal impacting the crypto industry on Friday. The proposal will now assess a 30% capital gains tax on crypto transactions. Additionally, Indians will need to pay a 1% tax deducted at source (TDS) tax as well as taxes on crypto gifts. Crypto industry constituents expressed disappointment. WagerX CEO Nishal Shetty commented this can result in cascading participation on Indian exchanges and lead to a rise in capital outflow to foreign exchanges. Unacoin CEO Sathvik Vishwanath noted, it was said none of Unacoin's requests had been implemented. CoinDesk reported earlier that the industry may fight the proposed crypto taxation through a Supreme Court challenge. However, it's unlikely the industry will pursue this challenge immediately. Malaysian Deputy Minister of Communications and Multimedia, Zaidi Zainal, indicated that the country should formally recognize BTC and other crypto assets as legal tender. The Communications and Multimedia Ministry, which oversees sectors including broadcast internet infrastructure and digital signatures, is complemented by a Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation and a Ministry of Finance. Any decision will likely require the efforts of all three ministries. The government has yet to signal it is considering establishing crypto as legal tender. However, Malaysia joined a trial with the Bank for International Settlements in September 2021 as part of its research into central bank digital currencies. The central bank recently announced it is developing a proof of concept for a CBDC. Notably, according to Chainalysis 2021 Global Crypto Adoption Index, Malaysia ranks 23rd for adoption, whereas El Salvador ranks 89th. El Salvador formally recognized Bitcoin as legal tender in 2021. U.S. House of Representatives member Pete Sessions tweeted, "Bitcoin mining will play a critical role in rebuilding energy independence in the USA." Texas ranks 4th in terms of Bitcoin mining hash rate, according to data from fall 2021. However, in the last year alone, several miners have invested significant capital into large facilities while partnering or purchasing solar and hydroelectric generation. In addition to Rep. Sessions, Senator Ted Cruz and Texas Governor Greg Abbott see Bitcoin mining as a way to stabilize the state's deregulated power grid. According to the EA, Texas currently operates the largest net generation capacity of any state, 65% greater than California, which is the second highest net generator. Amid geopolitical debate over the rise in energy commodity prices, the representatives believe that crypto mining may form part of the solution towards achieving stable energy independence for the U.S. New York state legislators are proposing a 2-year moratorium on proof-of-work mining. The state is considering legislation given pressure from environmental groups calling for the state to intervene and conduct environmental studies in exchange for new permits. Singapore-based nonprofit Luna Foundation Guard, LFG, allegedly purchased 2,840 bitcoins worth $125 million early this week, delivering on its promise to add BTC as an additional layer of security for USD Terra's decentralized dollar-pegged stablecoin. However, these reports are unconfirmed. In the exchange stock market, US-based BTC futures ETF saw AUM rise for the third consecutive week. BIT saw the biggest jump at plus 10.4%, followed by BITO, plus 8.1%, XBTF, plus 6.1%, and BTF, plus 1.7%. The ETFs continued to trade at a premium to NAV this week, except for BITS, trading at a minus 1.6% discount to NAV. Volumes rose again this week, except for BTF, which fell nearly minus 55%. BIT saw the most significant rise in volume, plus 97%, followed by BITO, plus 72.4%, and XBTF, plus 58.3%. The SEC delayed its decision to respond to two spot BTC ETF proposals from Wisdom Tree and One River. The Wisdom Tree application, which was resubmitted after receiving a rejection in December, will now have a deadline for review by May 15, 2022. One River, which published its application to the Federal Register in October 2021, was slated to receive a decision on April 3, 2022. The deadline is now postponed by an additional 60 days to June 2, 2022. Both orders from the SEC indicate that extending the deadlines will give the regulator sufficient time to consider the applications and any issues raised and comments received during the application process. Meanwhile, in the decentralized finance universe and NFTs, following its acquisition of CryptoPunks and MeatBits, Yuga Labs raised $450 million in funding to build out a media empire around NFTs. It will begin with an MMORPG metaverse project named Otherside, which aims to make other NFT universes interoperable. Japan's social media giant Line is launching an NFT marketplace, Line NFT, next month. It has partnered with several entertainment companies in Japan, and the platform will run on the Line blockchain. NFTs minted on the platform will be stored on the Line BitMax wallet, meaning NFTs can only be exchanged between users through the Line wallet service. On Kusama, Karura secured its second Parisian slot position to extend its stay on the Canary network. Kusama's 30th auction is now underway with cross-chain DeFi solution, Turing Network, holding a strong lead over Pikia. Kusama now has over 3.14 MKSM, $506 million, locked across 27 Parisians and 3 crowd loans, which equates to over 31% of the total KSM supply. On Polkadot, DeFi platform Equilibrium secured the Relay Chain's 12th Parisian slot. The 13th auction is now underway with NFT-focused Unique Network holding a lead over privacy-focused Pula Network. Polkadot now has over 127 M. $2.63 billion, locked across 13 Parisians and 3 crowd loans, which equates to over 11% of the total DOT supply. After seeing dApps launch at the beginning of the year, Cardano has seen a surge in total value locked, TVL, into 5 dApps on the network. The week the TVL on the network surpassed $300 million thanks to the MinSwap, SundaySwap, and MuesliSwap dexes. This comes out to a 130% increase in TVL over the month of March. Terraform Labs CEO, Du Quan, said the Luna Foundation Guard has raised $2.2 billion for a Bitcoin reserve backing the USD stablecoin. Additionally, the foundation plans to increase this to $3 billion. The foundation is raising funds in response to the recent apparent demand for USD and to instill confidence in USD holders that the stablecoin will hold its peg to the US dollar. Polkadot Parisian and DeFi Hub, Akala, launched a $250 million ecosystem fund to promote the adoption of its stablecoin OST. The fund has already attracted attention from popular Web3 VC firms, and the Parisian has also partnered with other top Parisians in the ecosystem to promote adoption of the stablecoin. This is all for today. The text version is in the description. Thank you for supporting our channel. Use this information wisely, stay sharp and illuminated. If you enjoy this session, please support our channel by clicking like and subscribe, and we will keep you updated with the news.